If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel.
If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, the Innkeeper, and this is our live call and talk show all about the Wheel of Time. And because I've been doing this, and technically it's part of the season, I'm going to do this thing again. This is going to go away eventually, everybody. I promise. I don't know why I started this thing where I point at the screen, but it's a thing. It's just a season 3. Every time it says season 3, it's going to happen. That's right. It is the Wheel of Time season 3 discussion right now. We are here. We're at the end. Another finale. And there's not actually a better way to do this. There's not a better team, not a better group to have here at the Dusty Wheel talking to us. So everybody, please welcome to the Dusty Wheel, Adison and Brandon from the Everyday Negroes YouTube channel. Gentlemen, welcome.
I just want to start this thing out by saying Brother Book ain't dead, y'all. He ain't dead. It's false. It's false advertising. Whatever y'all saw, it's not
Amen.
real.
Amen.
It's not real. But hey, I do. Matt, what's going on? I just had to make that known. That's part of the discussion.
What's
up, Anas? How y'all doing?
That was so awesome to watch that video you did after episode 7, man. And right at the end, you got me right at the end. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, this is, yeah. Adam seems, he has some feelings about this, and right at the end, it was great. Everybody out there in chat right now, just a reminder, we're doing no book spoilers for now. We're going to stay in the show. This is going to be the hardest thing, honestly. Honest, you're going to have to check me because I don't know we've done like a no book. You can just chuck something at me or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know,
I'll be like Lanfear.
Yeah. No, but there's so much to talk about this season. It's awesome to have you both here. And I just watched your episode 8 reactions video. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, why don't we jump into it? I mean, you did with Brother Book. Brandon, do you feel the same way about Brother Book? Do you have the intensity of those feelings inside? They're just not coming out this way?
Not at all. And I tell people this all the time. Because we just coming off of Game of Thrones. I got Game of Thrones residue on me. So
along with a cold and allergies too.
Yeah, that too. It's over. You know, I think about the worst and I accept it. That's where I am with it.
Addison immediately. By the way, 162 of you voted on this kind of initial poll I have. How many sips will Brother Sips take during this live stream? There's not like 11 to 25, was like 38% was kind of the winner. But you guys, 33% of you thought 26 to 50. And more than 50 is 20% of you. So it's kind of a split poll. My first poll here, Brandon, you've created the first poll of the stream, which is, do you have Game of Thrones residue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes or no out there. If you don't know what we're talking about, then just go back a little bit and listen to what Brandon said. Yeah, do you feel that on Innkeeper? Innkeeper, do you have a little Game of Thrones
I don't
residue?
Can we spoil Game of Thrones?
We're not like spoiling it. We're just saying it. We're not like
but,
explaining
because
it.
if you've seen Game of Thrones, people die, but like
yeah.
That's an understatement there.
Yeah.
no,
People
but
die.
also like if you've seen like how much have you seen, the two of you?
So great question. We can actually
Oh yeah, good point. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry.
All right. So you guys are okay. So in chat, if you haven't seen all of Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
This
we're
is
not
like-
trying to spoil Game of Thrones. We're just
it'll
saying
be like 10
people die.
seconds. I'll say 10 seconds. Just step away for 10 seconds. The people die, but people come back. so like
Oh, okay, I see.
Like
Okay,
that
okay.
happens too. So even if there's there definitely is like people die and they're gone, but people come back too. So
I'm not gonna lie. No, it's just like people die and person comes back. So I'm hoping even if we get that little tidbit for Wheel of Time, I'm fine with that too. Or creature comes back. Or thing or it comes back. Whatever we call them, brother. With all due respect.
With all due respect, I like that. Talk to me about like that's our first sip. We have 3 seasons now.
Yeah.
What's been your reaction? Just like, is season 3 your favorite? Like, how do you kind of like see those things with having these 3 seasons behind you? Has this been the best, or is this just as good? Kind of where are you guys at?
You go first.
One thing that really stood out to me was the special effects, the visual effects, the different colors that they're doing with the weaves, things of that nature. From that standpoint, the action and the fighting sequences, that standpoint, I think things went up like 150%. So I was extremely excited to see about that. But what do you think? What were something that stood out to you that you feel like improved?
Definitely all the effects and stuff like that, but it's not my favorite.
What was your favorite?
I have to say season 1.
Season 1,
Just because of the introduction still?
Kind of because of that, and then just I don't know. I guess the story just felt it just felt better. I don't know how to really describe it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Brandon did mention you really liked when you were talking about. I heard someone had asked, they'd called in and asked like favorite episode of this season, and I think you mentioned. It was episode 1 was one of the things you brought up. What was it about episode 1 that for you was so compelling? Was it just that intro, that like insane intro? Was that it? Like
I think because we came in so hot.
Yeah.
It was just
First 11 minutes was crazy.
yeah. It was we came in hot, like 100 miles an hour. So and then just the whole twisting of everything, and they just really flipped our lives upside down.
I think everyone talked about this moment coming up here. Where I think it was one of these like, okay, this is. I don't think I'd ever conceived of what they do here. What do they call that? Whatever that is.
That's half and half right there, baby. That's
air blade?
That's an Arnold Palmer right there. That's what you call that.
Absolutely.
That's what you call it. What did VFX call that? Was it an air blade?
Here,
Yeah.
I mean, that seems that's not as cool. It was like, what an intro. That was a good choice of, in my opinion, what they did there. I won't go into the books, but I liked what they chose there. For you, I think if I remember correctly, Adison, you mentioned episode 4 was kind of for you, kind of the top episode of the season. Was there a standout there? I mean, I know this one, just started hot. What was it about that episode 4?
If we're talking about the same episode that Rand went through the trials, right? Yeah. I think it was just a revelation of everything, like how everything kind of tied together, how you see a lot of different groups and think they're so different, but really they're one and the same. Understanding why you keep on hearing them tell Rand to put down the sword, pick up the spear, just different things of that nature. So I think that was pretty cool. And also it's always interesting being behind the scenes of what Moraine is trying to tell Rand without saying it. So now that we kind of get on equal footing to some degree, it's kind of cool. So. And of course, it was always cool seeing Yosha be, himself in 50 different versions and hairstyles and outfits. So
yeah, it was wild. Oh, did you see that one? Did you see my theory on this? I don't know if you heard my theory on this. in the back, remember that what I just showed you on the screen here. Do you see Egwene?
Oh, hold on, let me see.
So look in the far back. We were like,
That's
there's like a person just kind of standing out there. You know how they kind of like, it seemed like they were giving us like the Matt, Perrin, you know, they were kind of giving us like the Hobbits thing, you know, like, and I was like, oh, they have somebody standing in the back that's kind of like maybe is like a is like an Egwene analog, you know, because she just stands there and she watches this entire thing happen, and I was like, oh,
is that like confirmed? That's actually her.
No,
okay.
no,
I was about to say they wanted to extra show up late that day, and it was like, hey, just stand down here to focus for a minute. They ain't gonna know it's you.
No, I was just like, we were playing with that whole like idea, like they're trying to recreate like the two rivers here, you know, in this moment, and because she like. The actor back there just stands there the entire time, you know, and watches it, and we're like, okay.
Hey, it would not be unlike her though, because you know she likes to pop up in his dreams from time to time. So who knows? Maybe that was just another dream down here.
Like to pop up in his dreams.
Not anymore. Not after what she's seen happening to one of them. But I understand.
By the way, Innkeeper, new addition for the outro, Egwene analog.
That's so good. We need to update that.
Everyone, like, there's so many moments for you two. Like, I just put this outro on, and it's been on our videos for years now. Mm-hmm. And so it's so like ingrained in our minds that we'll say things that are like 4 of the 5 words that we quote in the outro. And we can always hear the outro in everything we say. So I can't remember. Oh, I do remember. I won't say what it is, but there's an analog. Every time if I say analog, it's like everybody here like goes, they can probably quote exactly what the outro is. That was the comment there. And I don't know if you're aware of this one. This is like some Dusty Wheel lore, but that's just Loyal's leg is it's a really funny comment, because I could have sworn back in season 1 that somebody was standing next to Loyal at the gate in episode 6. Okay. And man, I went to like, I would not give up that there was somebody there, and everyone's like, it's just his leg. It's just his leg. So that's the comment there. That's not Egwene. That's just Loyal's leg. Yeah, no, that moment you mentioned with with Rand going back. Oh man. Mm-hmm. That was so good. I think it's the highest rated episode of the season. Yeah. Like just like IMDb. I think it has the most ratings of all the episodes too. I haven't gone back and looked, but it's certainly they caught on to something there, man. Like everyone, the majority of fans seem to have just loved that. Brandon, for you, was episode 4, did it like bring all new meaning and understanding of like the whole story?
Definitely a lot of understanding. A lot came together in that episode for me. It was weird in a way. The weirdest part was like the dream. I guess would you call it the dream portion, or
I think just I get what you mean. No, I see what
the different potential life cycles.
No, I think he was actually going back in his own family's lineage. Actually,
I'm really what talking about. Hold on. All right, is this? Everything happened in that one episode when they got to see the different possibilities. When Moraine got to see the different possibilities and stuff like. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The weird.
Okay.
The weird part when they had start getting entangled and
like,
stuff.
Oh, this stuff right here.
Yeah. They
it might be one you got to, you know what I'm saying, warn the crowd for that.
That Lan effects. He was not tall enough. They needed to stretch him out a little bit there. But
I think that was a problem with one of these scenes.
Yeah, that was a cool way to show the potential, like the
quickly too. And transition it.
Futures.
It was smooth.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, it sticks with you, and you're like, okay, it's like one of those effects, you know, on like the Matrix did that thing, you know, whatever, the bullet time. And they did bullet time, and then other people started doing bullet time, and you're like, okay, it's not as cool. It sounds like. Yeah. So I love seeing like some innovation and like with the way you tell your story, and it kind of shows up a little bit different. That was definitely kind of something unique. That was awesome. That episode 4, did you both have a favorite ancestor? Was there a favorite time period that you liked as they went back in time?
Randfather was pretty funny.
Randfather? I hadn't heard that one. That was so good. grandfather is yes, this one is so good. Yeah,
You just got him so fast queued up too. This is dope. Yeah.
I remember, like,
Yeah,
I've
'cause
gone
it's the
back
part
and
we
seen these
told-
episodes like 5 or 6, 7 times now. So it's like, oh yeah, I think I know where that one's at. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now this is the part where you told him to come over here and help me bury your grandmother, ain't it? Or your
Oh
auntie,
yeah.
TT,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Nah.
So what's really funny that you brought that up is that I find it funny. Like, we're talking about, someone dying, so maybe not that funny. But they like looked out at the face, and I was like, are they trying to give us like an Egwene? Because they talk about like dreaming, like your mother was a dreamer kind of thing, and they do this pan down, and I was like, is this another? Anyways, this is the stuff I get stuck on, is like pattern recognition. That's about it. That's basically this whole show.
No, facts. I would say I kind of started trying to gear towards that as well, especially when they had the vision of when not Rand, but whoever that was in his lineage had the 3 friends who ended up getting retribution for the sister that they stole. So there's patterns like that I was waiting to see. Okay, is there 3 friends? Is this an iteration of Matt, Rand, and Perrin? So I would say kind of looking for that every single time.
You were there too? Okay.
Yeah,
so it wasn't just me. Did you Bane and she had wanted to know if in that moment I think what what Grace here is saying is where Lewin slices the guy's face off. Did you see that?
Oh, snap. Hold on. You might have to pull
this
that
is
one
when
up.
in that same episode, I think
When he
it's
picks
like
up the spear, right? He picks up the spear and he fights him off.
Yeah,
and he,
yeah. I don't know. I might have gotten. Did we already get past it?
No, this is it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So there's that like split second where you see more than you want to see.
Yeah. Yes.
This is right here.
When he hit the ground, yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was
geez, yeah. I don't understand that. Grace, there's your answer.
Yes, we did see that. Yeah.
Total face off.
That's crazy. I like it.
It got a couple of those things. They had. It's like they were just like, what? It almost like in Walking Dead, where they just like find places where they're just like, what's some freaky way we can kill somebody or kill a, like it did find like, where's some like really spots we can just find where it's like,
we're finding out about that now.
Off.
Oh yeah,
we're finding out about
they
that now.
definitely try to insert like what's the most gross we can get right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Where are you at in Walking Dead? I'm just
season on YouTube. We just wrapped up season 3 on Patreon. We're past that.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Appreciate it though.
Yeah, no worries.
Y'all, they only have that information on YouTube.
But you're far enough through that into Walking Dead that's you've seen that. They're just like, what's a unique way we can
absolutely
kill this,
absolutely
kill this.
So I know you asked us about our favorite episodes.
Yeah.
For you and Anas, is there anything either just personally or from a book reader's perspective that you have deemed as you all's favorite episode from this season?
Yeah, without any book spoilers on us.
No, never. It's funny because I think some of the stuff that I really liked watching was maybe not some of the book stuff, or a different interpretation of the book stuff. But I don't think it's my favorite episode, but maybe my favorite moment, because I always think back to and I'm glad you brought it up, because Matt, you got to show this.
Okay,
and I want to know what I saw your guys' response to this in episode 8, but like I want to really dig into what you really think happened. Is that creature Matt met?
Oh yeah,
when he went through that doorway. The way they showed that, and I think I've watched that like 20 times now. I spent 20 minutes in our show on Thursday. We ended the show and I kept coming back to it, and 200 people just kept watching it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like this whole thing and how it happened is just I can't believe they did it.
Is it crazy? It's like Dr. Seuss popped a Molly or something.
It's crazy.
Dr. Seuss popped a Molly. That is a quote for the ages right there. I like that one.
That's dope. Now, what about you, Matt?
That's a good question. Man, it has to be something with Lanfear, right?
We need to talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up. We need to talk about that.
I mean, yeah. So I'll tell you my favorite, and then let's. Yeah. I mean, the natural course of today's show was always going to lean towards talking about Lanfear anyway. So let's. Yeah, but let me show you that. I brought this one up the other day, but I will keep bringing it up. It's such an important aspect of the story, and so yeah, we can talk about this while I put this on screen. I'm really glad they gave, like, their. The fact that they gave us this, right? They went back and showed, everyone who hasn't read the books, right? They're just getting the show, like, how this came to be, like, where we're at. Why are we at today where we're at? With men who can channel the one power. Like, why is it tainted? What's the big deal there? Like, why is this such an issue? Why did it? Why did we have to create this White Tower? Why is there such fear? Who are the Forsaken? How did that come about? And this kind of piece of this conversation, and meeting, Mirren here, and then seeing, like, what happens when they bore into the Dark One's prison here. Like, that's like this. So this is like a cool scene, and no one will believe me that I didn't intentionally have us watch the entire scene on screen. But I was trying to get us to the part that comes after this, so I'll just fast forward it a little bit. This piece right here, like, I don't know how you guys reacted to this moment. Like, I can't remember like what your reaction is. But yeah, they're like out here singing, and then you're like, oh, it's a pleasant day.
Yeah,
right?
The Death Star got tired of it and just imploded,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
We got there's something you got to hear, right?
Crazy scene.
Yeah, just like that whole walk back through to like get us back to that point, and that is as I've seriously, but also jokingly, but very seriously, but somewhat of a joke, said, is that the story of the Wheel of Time is the story of Lanfear. She's at the root of the story, which is what they just showed you.
It's hard to argue with it.
I love it.
And yeah, so that is one of my favorite scenes. They brought us back there. So that was a long way of getting us. Yeah. What questions did you have for me about Lanfear? Yeah.
If there's ever a hill to die on, I guess it's that one as opposed to Tenchico, then, huh?
By the way, Grace just said, just write the fanfic already, man.
Yeah, it was funny because we come on the show before, and it was super fun meeting you. And then I think season 2, we really found where your heart is. They say where your treasure is, there's your heart also. And we saw, okay, he really likes Lanfear, and we was like, man, she's a bad woman, man.
Absolutely.
And then seeing your love for her was like, okay, well, maybe there's more to her story.
Yeah,
we got that, but then she just got worse this season.
Yeah, she did.
I was waiting for the happy ending of the good stuff, but man, I was I don't know,
because we were even talking about it, like, coming off of the last season. It seemed like she was kind of like turning the corner and about to start helping us a little bit
for her reasons, for sure.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but then it just got it just was like,
look, I don't know what you're talking about. This person seems like they're having a lot of fun, is all I'm saying. Like, they just seem like they're happy.
Like sure.
They just seem gleeful.
Oh, man.
By the way, I like this comment from Carrie. But her outfits are amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. She was always suited and booted, for sure.
So I let me... I think I hear, like, the question in maybe your minds, what you're saying as you bring up Lanfear and that, describing that situation. Yeah, I mean, I think Lanfear is my favorite kind of villain in fantasy.
There we go.
Like, Lanfear, it's like, Lanfear is, to me, like she tells Rand in this, in the show, Like, I want to get rid of my dark oaths. I want to like basically replace the dark one, whatever, right? Defeat the dark one. Not because Lanfear wants to like, it's like sunshine and rainbows for everybody. Sunshine and rainbows for Lanfear, right? But the fact that she has the presumptive desire to just like, yeah, it's not just go work for the dark one. You know, it's like, that's lame. Like work for the dark one. No, I would have worked for the dark one. So yeah, I think it's that, right? It's that aspect that she's really, really fun to just like follow as a character and kind of consider her. And she shows up in really interesting ways, like they're showing in the show, right? Like, and that same thing, I think, carries through that same idea, right? Of kind of like she's unique as compared to others. Although they've made a lot of the Forsaken really, really unique. So I have to like throw it back to you. Like, do you have a favorite villain in the Wheel of Time?
That's a good question. And dang, I don't know if it gets much better at the same time worse than Lanfear. Morgideon's just, she's just, wow, she's crazy.
I mean, you know I have a favorite. But
if
she's
you're talking
not
about
like
Leandrin, he's okay.
He's not a villain though.
Wow. Matt, I think you rubbed off on him in ways that
it's okay. I get it. I understand. I get it. I understand.
This is where I'm like,
Lanfear,
don't you see?
It's been a while since we've
it's driven by selfishness, just to be honest with you.
The only person who's always been there who's never left me.
Oh, sorry. I was like, why does it sound like? I was like, Hannes, are you whispering?
But nah, Liam, it's like
what in the Satan is whispering about?
Nah, she just hurting. You feel me? She went through some things that molded her in a way that most would say it's like you're a bad person or whatever. But she just knows she's just doing what she knows to do to handle this situation. It's all really, she's really almost a hero.
Matt, whatever you would like to talk about next.
No, that was just so funny. Like the way Brandon said all of that is exactly how Matt talks about Lanfear. It's like the same. It's the same argument.
Look,
really though.
I think we're in a rendition of the.
Look, Liandrin's just going through some stuff. Okay, this is like a Liandrin origin story a bit, right? Like we get Liandrin. Oh, no, I get what Brandon's saying because. Like the story begins, this one, like I think Brandon can understand when the story begins with that character, you get to know the character and learn about the character and why their motivations, they're compelling. Like, and it's harder to call them just like you're just an evil villain versus like, okay, I want to get in your mind and think about who you are, even if you are planning to murder somebody. Looks like this, right? Like, like,
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I couldn't get with this part.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He went too far on that one.
Yeah.
And before.
Cause y'all I love me some Nynaeve. So you can't do that. You feel me?
I can't blame her for almost trying to drown Nynaeve out.
No.
I just look past
and if you want to be honest, like we talked about, she knew she was gonna get out of that.
I think she hoped she
The
knew.
reason she did that is so she can go ahead and get her power back. So that's what I'm saying, that she really is like almost a hero.
So if I threw you in the water chain, you would respect me for wanting to see you become a stronger man?
Yes.
Okay. We need to pull this. We need to pull this. Hold on. Hold on. By the way, do you have the last poll we posted up there? 200 you vote on this.
I'll give y'all some backstory on me. I was young, couldn't swim. My dad said, "Hey, come off the diving board, jump in the deep end, swim." Did I swim? No. Did I try? Yes.
Did your dad assist you?
Absolutely.
Did Liandrin jump in the water to assist Nynaeve?
No, see, this is the thing though. My dad knew my limits.
Oh, okay.
Right? Liandrin knew her limits. She was the strongest in 1,000 years. You can get out some little chains. You just gotta, go ahead and bite down and be who you're supposed to be. Boom.
Put it like this. This is what I will give her. This season, it was interesting to see her backstory. Yeah. We learn why she has become the type of person she is, and there's a level of understanding with that, especially when we see the Aja or Aes Sedai who are deemed as the good people conflicted in and of themselves about certain things that they're dealing with. So it does kind of make it seem like, well, I guess the group that's supposed to be right is technically doing some bad things too. So her attacking them makes it seem like a gray area. But I will say that her having the situation with the child, that was a very crazy situation. Also learning that she might have, she was messed with at a young age to even give birth to a child in a seemingly abusive situation. So there's certain things like that to where you are empathetic and or sympathetic for. But you know that old saying, man, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
See, she's not doing wrong to make the right though.
Okay.
That's the thing.
By the way, gentlemen, this is peak appreciation from my standpoint, because like the best part of the Wheel of Time is it starts to make you question, like, what are the lines between like what is right and what is no? I mean, honestly, like again, not digging into like the books, but like it is a question throughout it, right? Which is, and by the way, no spoilers in chat. We're trying to make a space for people to be able to like be here and listen to this. But yeah, like in the books, it's like, what is like, who's right and who's wrong? What makes you right? And is it power, right? Is it, is it logic? Is it your cause? Is it is it ultimately, especially in a world where you're told like, you live again, right?
Yeah.
Matt, Brandon, like Adison and I can tell you, Liandrin, Lanfear, bad. Wrong. like it's there's no it's it's
okay. Maybe probably Lanfear. Leandrin the whole.
What does Leandrin want to become again?
No, look.
What is she striving to become?
I told you to play on that. I told you she FaceTimed me before the thing happened. I told you that. This is what she's doing. She's gonna get in there, infiltrate, you feel me, and blow it all up.
Okay. That's by the way, I love that theory. I love that theory a lot. That like, because it has a little Lanfear in it, which is like, like I'm not going to go work for these Forsaken. I'm going to blow up all these Forsaken to be the top Forsaken or whatever, right? So,
see, I didn't say that though. I don't think she wants to be the top Forsaken.
Okay.
I think she just wants to.
He was trying to give you a life.
I think she's trying to
the next top.
Everything. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. She's gonna reset everything, and we gonna be all good and peaceful.
Okay,
I like it. Maddie said, Brandon said she FaceTimed him.
Oh, she was gonna FaceTime him, all right, with the little dot that she puts on his head.
It was funny. Like
she wouldn't do that to me.
It's like, Liandrin was just helping Nynaeve channel. Is exactly like Lanfear. Oh, I was just torturing Egwene so she could be stronger.
Look, she's gonna be strong Dreamwalker, right? She's gonna be very capable.
It's the same thing.
Look, she kicked Lanfear out of the dream. Like,
You're okay with that? Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that. See, Lanfear goes too far a lot. Liandrin goes too far sometimes.
Okay, we got to pull this one. 150 of you vote on this one. Was Liandrin trying to get Nynaeve to channel? By the way, 50-50 vote out there. That wasn't saying, trying to kill her to get her to channel. We weren't asking for the morality of that choice. Was she trying to get her to channel? 50% of our audience that voted believes she was trying to get her. I do believe that there's an aspect of that. Like Sherbert Mango mentioned this in chat. Shoot. This was a good callback to... Shout out
Sherbert Mango, man.
Man, where's it? Oh, yeah, right here. I 100% agree with Brandon. I thought this was the exact same thing. Liandrin was trying to break her block. It's a callback to Alana saying Liandrin had killed a novice before. Like a novice, when she trained a novice, she had killed a novice. And so now you're like, I wonder if she killed a novice by drowning her, chucking her in the water.
Although I just remember Nynaeve pushed Egwene off a thing in the first episode, so it's not. It's like a circle. Like it's not like it's like you had it coming, Nynaeve.
Okay, who has better intentions, Liandrin, Lanfear? Neither. Both. How does that work? Is that good?
Okay, I like that.
Does that feel?
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Who has better intentions? Liandrin, Lanfear. Okay, 1 second. Liandrin or Lanfear? There you go, everybody. There's your next poll. Okay. Man, I could talk. Brandon and I could talk to you guys about Liandrin and Lanfear all day.
Last thing I'll say in regards to Liandrin, though. she does, for me at least, introduce a new complexity to Dark Friends and Black Aja.
Yeah.
Meaning that we're not assuming that everybody's just born as an evil minion. That they're evil, introduced to it in a certain way, and as we kind of learn in the season finale, that everybody who is a Dark Friend, it's not always as cut and dry as you think it is. Yeah. So I'll put it like that.
No, I think that's. I mean, I really do believe if you go back and watch. I mean, like Brandon, you said, season 1 was your favorite. Like I bet if you went back, man, like in knowing how you feel about Liandrin, the season kicks off with Liandrin. Yeah, like Liandrin's going after
everybody shots.
A male channeler. We meet Liandrin in episode 3, I think. And then it really gets going in episode 4, and it almost feels like they're like, why are they like? And like her story builds in season 2, like the stuff that she does, like with the Shanchan and taking them out, like knocking them out and bringing them out to the Shanchan, but then like freeing Nynaeve before she leaves, you know, the conversations she had with Nynaeve. And then this one, I do actually believe, I mean, I think she was like done with her and going to kill her if she couldn't free herself. So, I mean, I don't think it was like, I don't think it was like a kind thing. Mm-hmm. I think she was like, you're either going to die or I guess I might see you later. One of those two outcomes, I'll actually be okay with, you know, if you can free yourself, great. If not, like, no loss on my part. You know, I think that's where Liandrin was, but like quite
I couldn't stand her season 1.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, couldn't stand her.
I'd be interested if you went back and saw it again, like how, if it would change kind of that whole story at the beginning for her.
I may have to do that.
She is consistent, though. I'll say that. She is consistent.
She is.
You know what you get.
100%. How about, though, new characters?
Yes.
So, like, you know, what's been an experience so far in season 3, a new character that's come in that's really impacted you as far as, like, this season?
There was this one character, he has like yellow eyes. He's new. Perrin. I hadn't seen that guy before. Whoever that was this season, that wasn't the same guy. So if we're talking about new, I'll talk about him later. I got him as my rookie of the year, but what other new characters?
Hold on. You brought up Perrin. 1 second. You can hear Perrin's coming. He's coming.
Behind me.
Stop trying to protect.
Kill the ones I missed.
Oh, her. That was, she was gonna be mine. Come here. This is the Perrin I've been waiting for right here.
That's right. Perrin Reborn.
That's the one I've been waiting for. And as you showed that clip, it reminded me. Fael, is that her name?
Yeah, Fael.
Mm-hmm. She was one of my favorite ones that I saw, but I'm gonna be honest, the entire season I'm like, when are you about to tell us you're a Dark Friend? I don't know you told us about your mama, but I'm pretty sure you are too. I'm still nervous about her, but I did like her. I liked her a lot.
Yeah, she was gonna be my top
Fael?
new person. Yeah. Not only because, you know, she get active, she get busy with the knives and stuff like that, but my boy Perrin deserves love, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he got him a new joint now. And just because she loving my boy, I got love for her, man.
Yeah. Did you give Fael a name? Does Fael have a name?
No. She doesn't have one yet because I'm just trying to make sure I don't gotta call her Dark Friend. I want to get out of that stage first.
Yeah. She does
what?
have some Dark Friend.
I mean, do we need to like go back? We can watch this whole scene as you come up with a name. But you don't have, Fael doesn't have a name? Even after like she jumped on that like Trolloc and stabbed it 7,000 times? I mean, I just feel like.
I feel like it'll come.
It just hasn't.
Dark Friend was just ingrained in my head. It was just right there.
I don't want to push it. Okay. I won't tell you any of the suggestions that people end up throwing in here. We'll just keep that with you guys. We're ready. I just want you to know we are ready because I heard one today, and I was on my couch. You know, when like you're just watching something and there's no one else in the room, and you were just like laughing, and your tears. I hadn't heard your name for Mogedion until today. And I wasn't ready for Sister Frostbite. I wasn't ready for that, and like that took me down for a moment.
Yeah, them fingers. we got so many names in the bag. I'd actually be curious to see what y'all got. I would love to see if y'all got some good ones. I want to know.
I like Okay, okay. There's your challenge, everybody. You were just challenged by Adison. Like, what's the right name for Fail in chat? Sister Pocket Rocket is, because that was one somebody threw out. Sister Shiv,
She's small and packable.
Sister Shiv, I don't know if this is meant to be a name other than just Dana Lou said Elf Ninja. There you go. Oh yeah. Oh, you probably don't know this. There was a theory running around here. I won't tell you if it's true or not. That Fail is a vampire.
She got vampire vibes.
I thought everybody already knew that though.
Okay, so yeah,
misunderstood didn't have to be discussed.
Yeah. No, it's like it's a strong theory after like the last couple of episodes. So I can imagine a name that includes some allusion to
Well, to that point, I guess Pan was about to find out until they walked in on him. You know what I'm saying? He might have found out. We might have found out this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sister Blenders. I don't know. Battle Sister. I still love Battle Tinkerbell. Is that one of the ones you guys used?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Who came up with Battle Tinkerbell? I love that one. That's so good.
Latink.
That was good. If I see Sister Stabs, like that is straight up, like that's true. But yeah, so yeah, Sister Stabs a lot. I like that one. Rant on more. Sister Shankerbell.
Shankerbell is crazy.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I got some good ones coming in, man.
Sure.
That's hilarious. By the way, the last poll we put up there, about 200 of you voted on this one. Who has better intentions? We're not going to go back there. We have a lot more to talk about here. But who has better intentions? Leandrin, Lanfear, neither or both. Neither. 61%.
Okay.
So,
I voted and voted wrong.
You voted wrong. I like it. There we go. Sister Ninja, thank you very much for the tip there, Fell Knight. And sorry, I know some of you threw a little tip in here. Let me go and see if I can't find those. But yeah, like new characters, Fail was one of them. I'm trying to think like who on my. Oh yeah, I mean, there's like new Forsaken.
Yes.
What did you think about the new Forsaken that we saw this year? I think it was we have Samael and Robin. And Robin. Yeah.
I mean, Gideon's newish.
She's not. Yeah, I guess she was new at last, but yeah, she was very present. So Mogedion, Samael, and Robin, I think were the three. What are your thoughts?
I thought they were dope just from the standpoint of we get to see people who are on quote unquote equal footing as Lanfear and Mogedion. I think it is weird sometimes hearing them say that Mogedion is the weakest of them. That's the weird part of it. Is like, how is that possible?
Yeah, I call cap. I call cap on that one.
How is it possible that what? Say that again.
Like she might be the weakest of them.
Oh yeah. They're how they determine what is weak or not. Which is kind of, sorry, go ahead.
Especially as you're sitting there with every particle of your blood attached to every particle on the wall.
Just shrug up. Nah, man. They seem, to be honest, both the men seemed weak to me.
Yeah. Samael, well, if you noticed, as soon as Samael was shielded, it doesn't matter how much strength you have.
Oh, that is a fact.
You can be pulled apart into sorry. All of a sudden I'm like thinking like the pizza pull aparts. It's like
trying to say your brother was made of mozzarella.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it kind of looks like it, right? I mean, this scene was just let's watch it. I mean, it has my favorite character in it, so like
it's crazy.
This is a crazy scene, right? Yeah, like I think Mogedion gets tired of people talking about and saying she's the weakest Forsaken.
Oh, facts.
I told you she'd come for the weakest.
She looks like that little thing off the Jurassic Park right there, though. But
at least she left enough of them.
Yeah, the angles are very severe now. That's a bat. We talked to the what's wild about that headpiece. We talked to Sharon Gillam, who's the costume designer for the Wheel of Time, just recently. And if you zoom in on it, they literally took they put the moon, like a shot of the moon, and they like put it on the.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's like it's sewn in. I don't know what they've done or like how they've gotten that, but the imprint on it is the moon.
Wow, the attention to detail is insane.
Yeah, it's insane. But yes, the Forsaken coming in, it does seem like, how do you gauge strength?
Yeah.
And so in your opinion, who is the strongest? Who is the, I guess, most intimidating Forsaken so far that you've met?
I feel like this is a trick question.
Yeah.
Who would you not want to be, like, facing?
No, I mean, no, like, who would you, like, if you had to, I don't care, like, have a conversation with a Forsaken.
Like, Sister Frostbite, I want nothing to do with her. Because the thing is about Lanfear, Lanfear a little lustful. So,
but she has it for one person.
I may be able to talk my way out that one. but Frostbite.
Yeah, if you said you the Black Ran.
He was already black, so all I had to do is just cut my hair and go back to the curls. So I may can get away.
Frost.
But shout it with the Frostbite. No, there is no talking to her. She turning people into gray zombies.
The gray man,
yeah. The gray man. That's what's interesting is like they said they're the weakest, and you're like, yeah, man. But the gray man, the mozzarella thing you mentioned, that's like,
I don't see it. I don't see where they saying that she's the weakest. Maybe the way they gauge weakness is like, will you use your power just all willy-nilly?
Well, I think that sometimes could be the scary part. I mean, if they claim she's the weakest and we see her power on display the most, but yet we don't see the other ones actively using their power, it is kind of like, oh, snap. Well, what do y'all have up y'all sleeve?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we know what dude got up his sleeve. It's pulled all out on the rafters.
Innkeeper, would you avoid any conversation ever with Moghedien?
Totally. I mean, Moghedien is the one where, like, you're in a dark room, you're like, look behind, like, is Moghedien in the room with you? Like, she's like spying on you. Lanfear's gonna be in your face. Like, at least you're not scared. I mean, you're scared, but you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna die. Moghedien, like, she's gonna scare you and you're gonna die. That's
a fact. And true story. This is actually a true story, and I'm sorry if this offends anybody out there. After Moghedien told that story about the spider, I was actually driving home one day, and there was a spider on my in the interior of my car. I closed the door, went inside. I actually came back outside, found that spider, and killed it. And it went back inside. I was like, I'm not forgetting about that one. And it was specifically because of the story she told.
Yeah. I am the person the household calls on if there's a spider that needs to die. And if there's a spider that needs to live, it's one of my children that we call on. I have one child who's like, we'll definitely save all spiders and creatures. And I'm always like, that is so impressive. I'm so glad that I raised such a kind, loving person. Because I don't have that feeling. I don't have that feeling inside for spiders.
Yeah, I mean, you like Lanfear. Like, you're gonna crush the spider.
You like Lanfear, so you're gonna crush the spider. That hurts, man. That hurts.
It would have been fun for us to try to do like the little Moghedien black fingers, but it's like by default, the fingertips are already a certain shade, so I don't think it would have graded it as well.
Oh my gosh! There was a point, and you guys were watching it. What was hilarious? We were like, her fingers are black, and you didn't know. Like, there's like these tips that are like Liandrin's like, I haven't noticed you before, and you guys are like, we've all noticed her. How have you not noticed her?
And then, the worst, most disgusting thing she did was she was eating the food and then put it back in the food. Oh my goodness! No, and then just like everything about it was disgusting. Even the way she was eating was disgusting.
By the way,
she was sniffing those clothes. Remember?
Oh yeah. But what a weirdo, man.
There are a lot of spider sabers in chat, by the way. Lots of spider sabers in chat. So
I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. I mean, but honesty, I have to be honest. I had to tell you what I did.
You killed the spider in your car. I think.
Blame Moghedien. Blame Moghedien.
Blame Moghedien.
Moghedien's fault.
I want to not come back to this topic because it's my favorite topic, but I did put this post out today, and I thought it was funny because everyone's been talking about like ever since they had Lanfear in season 2. It was like, is this the real Lanfear? Is this the real Lanfear? Are we seeing the real Lanfear here? And I feel like in season 3, in that moment in episode 8, they showed us like the full meltdown happen. So you have this like shot right here, and she's like talking to Rand, And then she's like,
yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
what's going on? And then she's like, wait, what are you saying?
Mm.
And then she's like, full.
Oh wow.
She goes full meltdown mode. And then later on when we see her, she's like, it's over.
That's a fact.
Like that is everyone's like, yeah. I mean, I feel like that was they gave us a good episode, season 3, episode 8, where it was like, okay, gloves are off. Like it feels like gloves are off.
The before and after when you tell a kid they can't have ice cream.
this is it right here.
That's the acting. At first they ask you sweetly and nicely.
That is a really good meme. Like, I can't have any ice cream? What are you talking about? And then it's like, you walk into their room later that evening.
It's like ice cream everywhere.
Ice cream is strewn all over the room. Stretched.
Exactly. I ate all of it.
Yeah. So I had to share that one because that was a good again acknowledgement of like things have changed. And they finally kind of
Adrian Glover, she smashed the black.
Smashed the black. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's so good. That is a good like outcome at the end of this thing. So maybe I kind of want to dig into some of those things. Like we're at the end of season 3, and I heard you say this like at the end of your review, your reactions. You were like, "Show's fire," like. We want to see this going. It's on. Pressure's on the people, right? To kind of be watching the show and talking about it and sharing it. And what is it you think is? I guess what are you looking forward to if we get a season 4? Is there something coming in there at the end, or something coming out of season 3 that you're like, I want to know what happens next here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to see where Moraine goes from here. with the loss of Sister Swan, and her slicing the throat of Lanfear. Sorry about, but sorry for your almost loss.
I know. They have me. We did a live reaction to it, and I was like this. And then she escaped, and I was like, okay, we're good.
Sigh of relief.
There would have been no live stream if she was gone.
Oh, nah.
It was audible. I think it was an audible sigh of relief.
Tonight.
I'm pretty sure there's an audible. So yeah. Like what happens right at this point, right? We saw that it looks like that bond that she had with Swan here. Man, what a powerful scene. With Sophie Okonedo in this moment.
She went crazy.
I'm like, not trying to. We'll have to like go back maybe and listen to that speech itself. Sorry. And then Moraine obviously senses what's happened now, and you have this moment. Yeah, like what do you think is next for Moraine? Right? What does season 4 bring us? You want to see where she's going. Do you have any thoughts or theories of like what happens now?
I know.
Oh,
my get back must be had. I'm talking about everybody gonna get it. If you look like you had something to do with,
I think she's still a bigger picture type person, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But get back within that though.
I feel like that's more Lanfear than Moraine. I feel like she's still a bigger picture type of person. Meaning that I'm not saying she wouldn't want to get revenge, but I could see her making sure that the ends mean is met, even if that means she can't get her revenge in that situation.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually not just one person's fault. In general, I think it's the structure and the society's fault that Swan got done that way.
Yeah, for sure.
So
because they had stupid rules.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to ask everybody that. I think that's a good poll question. Like, will Moraine, like season 4, will Moraine try to get like revenge in some way? Right? Moraine's pretty politically astute, right? Like she's lasted this long. Like she's very capable, right? She managed, if this makes sense, you just saw her mortally, or I guess maybe immortally, I don't know how you call it with Forsaken. She wounded Lanfear, and Lanfear ran away from her.
That's a fact.
Like she's in a very powerful stead at this point. Like who is she afraid of if she's not right? If she took on Lanfear at this point, who is she afraid to take on? So I mean, I think I like the theory that Moraine, in some form or fashion, like I agree with Addison. What you're saying is like there's a big picture aspect to Moraine, but I think there's also like someone who knows how to like hold on to that big picture, but also make sure that people get like people pay, right? People are gonna, so I like that. I like that idea that she does both. Innkeeper, do you think a season 4? Do you think Moraine has some kind of like maybe she stays big picture, but has some side plans of revenge, like figuring out what happened?
Hey, Moraine knows a lot. Knows a lot of people. Has a lot of people in the tower still. I'm sure that are like not sleeper agents, but people that can do stuff for her. I'm sure. So she can she can manipulate and do stuff, and there's no way that she knows that Elida's in charge now, and that's not good for Rand. So she needs to go not against Elida, but at least have something to defend Rand from Elida. So even though it's not directly Swan's revenge, but she knows that she has to be prepared. Yeah, I'm sure they'll do something.
Yeah,
I think this comment is right. Where is it at? Shoot, someone in chat said that like, Sherbert Mango again. Agree with Addison. Moraine is a big picture person. Getting Rand to the last battle is the only thing that matters. I mean, she has said, right, like that is her focus and has been their focus. So, but at the same time, I still do believe that. I believe she loved. The love she had for Swan.
What do they call it? If you can swing that bat outside the car and knock down some mailboxes on the way to your destination, she wouldn't mind doing that.
She wouldn't. I don't think she has any problem with that at all. By the way, I saw this. I don't think this is a spoiler for you guys. In other words, like you see like a little bit of some buildings as Lanfear is leaving, as she like portals away. You see buildings out there, and we found out where they're at. Do you both mind if we show you where they're at? Like we compared it in the show. Okay. This is what Innkeeper on us. He was the one that brought this up. So this is the same column set as you see that when Lanfear slips away, she goes to what looks like Tar Valon. So
that's where Alana and they're fighting in the first episode.
Yeah, you can see Alana's right here. This is from the first episode.
The punching bag this season.
Yeah, the punching bag. It was like I love the was it what series that had like just like all of the arrows?
She died like 5 times this season.
How many times will Alana die before the series is over?
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Pop?
Seriously, she did. It's one of those like apparently didn't get hit in one of the vital organs that would have taken her out immediately or something.
Enough times. She didn't get hit in the vital organ enough times.
Enough times. We'll have to ask how many arrows would it take to kill Alana Sedai. That'll be the next one here. This is what I thought was
that's neat.
Yeah, it was a good eye, Innkeeper, because I was like, I don't think we've seen this building before, and he's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's in Tar Valon. So he found the spot, and there you go. Sister Pincushion. There you go.
That's a good one.
I think that's a nicely said. By the way, will Moraine try to get revenge for Swan's death? About 160 of you vote on this so far in the last 4 minutes. It's still a split idea, which doesn't surprise me. 56, 44%, like people, but it's on the yes side. 56% believe that she'll do something. And I agree. I think she'll do something. She won't take her eye off the last battle, Rand.
Yeah.
But I think she'll do something. I like that a lot. Addison, for you, is there some question you have outstanding, like someone you're kind of tracking into season 4, where you're like, okay, I need to know where this thing that left off in season 3 is going to take us?
Yeah. So, obviously, we got a hold of Brother Hummingbird, who I think you all identify as what is that?
Harold Valda.
Valda.
Yeah. Okay. Had to remind me. So I was like, Hummingbird. Who is Hummingbird? Oh yeah.
But Perrin made a deal with
Slick Rick.
Slick Rick, man. And I feel like it was a I feel like it was a good deal. Just if you consider the lives of the people that are there. So I guess still just seeing how he's conniving. What is his next move? Just in the interest of like, what is this rat gonna do now?
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see where that goes.
Well, I mean, what do you think he's doing? So let's paint the picture. I'm curious if you have if you want to throw something out. He said the Trollocs, right? He brought the Trollocs in, right? We're talking about Padan Fain, right?
Padan Fain, correct.
So he brought the Trollocs in. By the way, just a reminder in chat, remember, no book spoilers. I know it's kind of difficult. Like, we're talking about what's happening in the future, and you guys are like, oh, I know, or I think I know. So no book spoilers in chat. And we're trying to stay, like, again, be a nice spot for people to come and just have a show-only conversation. So, yes, you certainly can go. Yeah, just please don't chuck those in here for now. We know that he said he brought the Trollocs, right? And he basically has said to Perrin, like, not that you necessarily trust him, but he's not going to come back. Where do you think if we see more Padan Fain, like, what would you do in this moment? You're Padan Fain.
That's a tricky one because I know I'm hopping forward to this episode, the finale, but Lan had a situation where one of the women who was revealed to be a dark friend refused to do her dark oaths, and she passed. So I feel like if Padan Fain is in a similar situation to where he still has to oblige, he still has to do something on the side of the dark, or else he is just going to die. I wonder if there's a way that those oaths can be broken in some shape or fashion to allow him to potentially become a good guy, if that makes sense.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Let me theory. Padan Fain figures out. Well, I'm gonna avoid that poll because I don't want people to be like, book readers to be like answering the poll based on something that they might know or not know. But yeah, interesting idea because they're bringing up this concept of breaking the oaths, right? So they've said this a couple times, right? Like break the oaths, right? They're setting, what are they? I don't know. Gun on the mantle, whatever they call that. Like, they're telling us you're going to do this thing. Like, you can break oaths. Lanfear talks about it. Melindra, like you said, talked about it. And the question, now we've seen it happen, or at least the oaths take somebody out. Like, Padan Fain is your target of, like, you'd like to see maybe a redemption arc there potentially, or
now that I know the limit of like how bad the oaths are that you make with the Dark One, it's kind of sad. So it's kind of like, you kill or you die, or you're gonna die anyway. You're gonna do what the Dark One says or not. So I think it would be cool to see that chain broken. If there's a way to break that chain. So
yeah. I mean, even Lan kind of expressed that, like, wait, but like that's the end, idea, like end.
Yeah,
it's over. I mean, Salia pointed out that Fain, must not be on like the good side because he failed. But yeah, that's an interesting question of like, what will they do with him? He's been such an interesting character so far, and to show up in this moment. So you did like Perrin's deal? You thought that was a smart?
Yeah,
was that the right decision?
I thought it was a smart deal. Yeah. I thought it was smart because if he's a connection to all the Trollocs, you kill him, we still have a lot more fighting to do. But if he calls them off, then at least we can live to fight another day. So I thought it was a smart decision, and one that looks past his anger and thoughts of revenge. So
yeah, no, it was one of those moments where you're like, how else is Perrin gonna, right? Like, Perrin cares about his people, and so yes, maybe they could have still won, but how many of them would have died?
Correct.
Can he trust? Can he trust Padan Fain? No, but maybe for a day or whatever, what type of relief he can count on getting. So yeah, and they're obviously, Perrin felt like much more confident, like when the Waygate was closed, right? So, and so then that kind of changed the tide. So in that way, Loial, as difficult as Brother Book apparent loss, we don't know for sure.
There
right?
we go.
His apparent loss. It was still like such a key. Like, I liked it from the sense of just how important Loial was. Remember he was writing about Manetheren. He was like he was writing down in the book, and it was one of those moments where I was like, oh man, like Loial was like I'm not going to allow this to happen to this place again. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to be part of the solution to this. I'm going to stop this from happening. And like, this can't happen to these people. This time it's not going to be like this. And so for Loyal to like want to be part of that story that he's writing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's something really cool to like to put the pen down and to actually be a pivotal figure in that moment. So anyways, it was a difficult loss or apparent loss at the time, but I thought it was really a really cool moment for me.
Quick sidebar too, since you were talking about apparent loss. Hardest loss of the season though has to be La Squash.
Yeah.
La Squash. That's probably the hardest one of the season.
By the way, you're about to make me make the hardest poll for our viewers to ever answer.
Wow, you're going there? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What is he about to do? Is he
hardest loss this season.
Oh, that's crazy.
What? Yeah, Loyal, Little Squash. We all know Little Squash is right. I don't have to say Elsair. Oh, well, Elsair. Swan. Is there any?
You just need some.
Okay, I'll be nice.
Stitch Swan back together should be.
I'll be nice.
Uh-oh.
I was nice.
Ah, no. He gave him like easy way.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
No, man, I want to see that energy in the chat. I want to see the energy.
Look,
man, you gave him a ways, man.
You have to be. You have to be like it's just like
as you were writing the poll, you're like, "There's no way."
I was feeling like, I don't know if you've ever felt this. I was feeling hundreds of eyes of people ready to like kill me the next time they saw me. Like, how dare you write that poll and make me choose between those people?
I'm starting to think you're the one who opened up that gate for Lanfear to get out.
Yeah, Matt's mom. Oh my gosh, Matt's mom was in there. There's any number, but hardest loss is easy. Common sense. Yes, Little Squash was, man. That moment was another, just, I think, like big moment for me. Watching the show, like really impactful. I remember I shared like an image out there about that one, and I think it was like one of our most viewed ever. Like just like showing the progression of Rand not being able to kind of like do anything about death, you know, and struggling with that idea. Like how much was that? Like, did you feel that Elsera when Rand was trying to like bring her back and save her? Like, did you think he was going to be able to do anything in that moment?
What you think?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of power going
I did think like it got to be some way. I know we ain't just lose her like that.
Yeah,
that was a tough one. That was tough.
I thought he was, but I thought he was gonna bring a demon back.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest.
You thought what?
He was gonna bring a demon back.
You thought that was gonna go down that one? Yeah.
I was like, no, she gone. Let her be gone. I don't know who we bringing back.
Yeah, because the way things were lighting up and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it was already a lot of dark strands going around.
Melissa KJ said, Dusty Bill, you know we're going to see you at JordanCon, right? Yeah, remember when we see him at JordanCon, all of them was an
Come
option.
on, Melissa.
I am. Like, are you guys ever thinking about, in the future, jumping over to like a Wheel of Time convention sometime?
Yeah, definitely have thought about it. I think my biggest thing, because I've been asked this quite a bit, is I would love to go to one. I just don't want to be spoiled by anything.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. So it's like I would like to go, but it's like I don't. Hey guys, I'll be here in the hallway when y'all get out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, tell me. I know you started reading, right? Like, how much of the books have you read so far?
I've only read. So I read the first one after watching maybe season 1 and 2, and then I had this ambitious idea to try to read the second book in preparation for this. And forgot, I had to edit and record and film and all that other stuff. So I made it. Somebody in the chat let me know. I think I made it to the first like 11 chapters maybe. Yeah. And then had to pause that. But do plan on picking that back up of the second book, which is the Great Hunt. Right?
Yeah.
So
I'm totally. It makes sense in the spoilers. I'm like, as much as you try, like with a group of especially like Jordan Con. There's like 900, whatever. There's maybe like hundreds of people there, and
which is the one that was in Atlanta?
That's Jordan Con. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to make it out to that one though.
WatCon WatCon's much smaller, just audience, and so I would say, and we try to like bring headsets, or people bring headsets, like not have things spoiled. Wow. It's not like you can't be like listening around in a hallway and have something spoiled. You could, but yes, like if you ever were like, okay, maybe I'll with a small group try it out. I would say if you want to like see if you can make it through a convention without having things spoiled, WatCon's a great place to try that out for the first time. That one's in Columbus. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, I get it. I actually hate spoilers. I'm the guy that's like really weird because I'm standing outside of a theater, like the theater doors, like, and I'm just like looking at my phone and everyone's walking by and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I watch trailers and I don't know what it is. I can't stand seeing a trailer for a show I really want to see before I go in. It's different with this, right?
And 12 hours for...
for 12 hours for this kind of thing is just, that's what we do. This is our hobby.
Oh, the live stream.
But beyond that, like, I don't watch trailers, so I appreciate that a lot. Innkeeper, I know I've been, like, peppering these guys with questions. Do you have anything you wanted to throw their way before I jump in with another topic?
Yeah, no, I wanted to ask, like, so much happened, but was there something that, like, what was the thing that surprised you the most, kind of with I guess the 5 main characters? Were you surprised by something like, whoa, I can't believe they did that, or I can't believe they didn't do that? Was there something that like came out of left field like that?
Good question.
Or anyone for that matter.
I may have to say just with Nynaeve, she started having some joy.
Yeah, even before she got the power.
Yeah, but even before she got the power, we saw her kind of letting her hair down a little bit, man. Actually smiling, laughing, having a little fun.
That ain't happening.
It was I think it was a little bit courage. It might have been. But yeah,
I love that one that's stuck in your mind. That's so good that stuck in your head. Like of everything, of all the moments in the show, like Nynaeve's joy was so like different. Yeah. And like unexpected that stuck. That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Like seeing Nynaeve laugh, and have a good time was like.
Another one I would say was Matt's quick tap in when he was sparring Elaine's brothers.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty. That was pretty crazy. I mean, I was halfway expecting him to get embarrassed, but I guess my biggest thing is like, so can you control when and when you can't access that power?
Yeah,
is there a way to make it a little bit more consistent? But that was a pretty crazy scene too.
Okay, we have to watch that one. It's just iconic for book readers here. So let's
yeah.
I love that look.
Soundtrack is crazy.
I love Nynaeve's look.
I just want to go ahead and be the first one to put that rumor out there that the actor didn't need a stunt double for those scenes.
Oh, okay.
That's all him.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
By the way, Innkeeper, I'll end this poll because I want to ask another one. So, hardest loss this season. I gave all of them. Still, Loyal won with 33%. Yeah, that's a low.
So what do you think it would have been without all of them? Like 50?
I don't know. It would depend if we had thrown in like other people in here. So yeah,
I don't think.
No, it was interesting to give everyone in all of them, but yeah, how meaning like Brother Book. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense that Loyal was just that was a tough one. So,
you guys are talking about, but okay.
What's that?
I said I don't know what you guys are talking about. That post. That you didn't put an apparent in that post, so.
Hardest loss doesn't mean like permanent loss.
Yeah, like if you lose your car keys, stuff like that. Yeah. I got it.
You said loss until you find it, right?
There we go.
I was going to ask, what was the question you would ask them? Innkeeper, I was going to throw that into a poll, which was it was kind of the most surprising scene.
Was it? Yeah, the surprising scene from the season.
Most surprisring scene, and so far you guys have talked about is like Nynaeve. What's so funny about that, Brandon? You brought that Nynaeve piece up, and in that scene, which is like they're about to leave, there's like a little bit of a like joy touching her mouth, but she's like, I can't let it. I can't just I'll just keep it internalized. So I like that it comes out later. Nynaeve's joy, Matt's quarterstaff fight. Yeah, are there other ones?
Hang on, I was waiting for that elevator music to cue in as we come up.
While you think about it, there's a throw. Hey, thank you very much for the tip, Dale. Anybody know who has the dagger? It was a really funny question.
That is a funny question.
And
I got one surprising thing. With what do I always? Is it Elaine?
Elaine?
Yeah. When medieval Mick Jagger was like, I don't know what you've been seeing, but you ain't been seeing what you've been seeing.
Yeah, they're playing with the memory.
Yeah. When he's
also along with that scene too. Maybe we could be reading this wrong, but it was like, I'm your daddy, but I ain't telling you I'm your daddy.
Yeah, it was slick on. Yeah,
or I don't know. It was a little interesting.
Yeah, I mean, why do you feel about that? Is that her daddy or no?
Might be.
I don't know. A part of me doesn't want him to have had any dealings with Morgaze to that level, because the way that she got Granny out there and the kids out there when she was trying to get everybody to pledge allegiance to her.
Yeah.
And the one backstory scene, I don't know, man.
But I mean, that may be why he left. You know, people change sometimes.
I mean, we just take the sound out of it, and you're just staring at them both, and his kind of like how he like grabs your face. You're like, okay. There was one thing you had said that made me kind of go like, I love this theory. Like you said, he can sing and she can sing. Yeah. And I was like,
because I'm going to be honest.
Why didn't I go there?
You either have a place in the household for touching a young woman's face like that at that age, or behind a jail cell. it's not too many in between. The longing and love and desire and that touch, it's only two places you're going to end up in.
So is it for you, Brandon, that was like surprising that they like connection? Is that what it was between these two?
Yeah, definitely so. Because who would have thought that?
Another like a fourth option for a surprise. All we're doing is filling in polls. I don't know if that's like our purpose as a show, is we just get people on and we just poll the audience and we have our guests just help us make polls. That's basically what we're doing.
I mean, there was basically, like you got to look at the last episode, and I keep going back to what I thought people who have never seen The Wheel of Time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
By the way, you can tell this is Innkeeper Anas's favorite thing, kind of like Lanfear and Liandrin. This is where Anas and the Eelfin is like, basically, Anas is Lanfear and Liandrin is the Eelfin. So that was your surprising moment.
I feel like you guys alley-ooped us and we just completely blew the layup in the dunk. This was probably the most surprising scene in my series. I'm sorry, Nas. It's like, and I gave you a wide open pass. All you have to do is lay the ball up.
Did you expect whatever that looked like? I'm sorry, y'all. No.
Then he got the kiss boots on and stuff.
Yeah, the kiss boots.
I didn't expect that. It's like a mixture of a lion, a fox, and Avatar.
Yeah,
Dr.
that was
on a Molly.
Dr. Seuss on the Molly popcorn, man.
I'll throw the Eelfin in there. Most surprising scene. Of the season here, kind of most. There's obviously only 4 options here. Everybody, don't freak out. There's probably like, oh, what about this scene? I'm just curious what you'll say about these 4. These are your 4 options. This doesn't mean these are the most surprising of all time of something, but the boots
was
are.
that thing a genie?
He looked like a genie. I mean, he was giving genie like options.
He did like.
He was
What,
giving,
what was his thing? His quote?
but it was like 3 different voices.
Ass
But-
something. It was. Ass.
You want to play it? You want to play it, Matt? You got to play it.
Okay.
Hold on, you gotta be
You
careful
gotta-
because if you don't ask for specifics, you may get one thing and still end up on a rope outside that door.
That's a fact.
Here we go.
Where am I? What is your need, Matre?
Yeah, there we go.
How do you know my name?
I think the Rick Owens. The boots got on.
What are you? I am Liandrin. Speak of your need. Liandrin, what I need is to stop getting bollocked about by every bloody magical force on this bloody planet!
We was talking to him like it was an actual conversation.
There are memories racing through your mind. They are not yours. We can take them. You can fix me.
I love the look when he says, "You can fix me." It's like, he kind of grins, like.
Need. What have you done? What have you just done? I know that smell. The fox den up by the old wisdom's house.
The fox.
It's always full up of dead things. My last need is I need to get the fuck out of here now!
It just went Dave Chappelle.
Wise to ask leave taking, unwise to set no price, no terms. We will set the price. The price? What was asked will be given. The price will be paid. What price?
Oh.
I'm gonna start just doing that in public.
So, what I thought was interesting when I watched it this time was each answer he had a pretty distinct look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Like the third answer when he's like, "I just want to get out of here," he was like kind of annoyed. Like he had kind of like his friends like done, you know.
Yeah.
But like when he was like he talked about the like the memory thing, he kind of like grinned, you know, like the way like his facial expressions. The actor that did that. Like fantastic job, man. But yeah, you guys were saying like, what is that? Yeah, what do you think is going on here?
I've never taken drugs before, and I feel like that's the only thing that's gonna get me close to an answer.
It looks like acid to me.
I don't know how many mushrooms they eat.
It does have a. Oh, it actually that whole like. It is interesting that you say that. Now that I think back to, remember Ishmael from season 2?
Yes.
It's at the end of the season, and he has Matt drink that like teapot thing or whatever, and he has him drink that stuff, and then he says that will give you visions or whatever. It feels like there's some of the like, I don't know, like I'm remembering some of the it's I guess what I'm saying it's like it feels so other. All of Matt's visions in that moment, similar to kind of like this experience of this, him being this does give like a he's on drugs kind of thing.
But I'll say this. It is cool to see a character like that because, like I said, I've only read one book, which was a book from the very first one, Eye of the World, and there was a creature in there. The tree guy, I forget his name. And it was interesting to the Green Man. Yeah, it was interesting to see a character that was not a human, like an otherworldly type of creature character.
Yeah.
And that's why I was kind of excited to see him because I wonder if moving forward we'll get introduced to more or different types of people or creatures or characters
that's
within the series.
Now that we bring this up, yeah, that's one thing I'm looking forward to for sure. I gotta find out what's going on. What was that? What does he do? Can he get out of there?
Yeah.
If he can get out of there, where can we hide? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to.
I think that's what you guys said. I think you guys said something like, did he follow him out?
Frostbite and then him.
Yeah.
I don't want to be nowhere around him.
So I have to ask Innkeeper, is this a spoiler, the thing I'm about to show? The image that you talked about.
No, I don't know.
You don't think that's a spoiler?
No, like
because it's going to get into conversations.
If you've experienced it, then like you've experienced it.
Yes, but like, are we going to confirm what we're about to show them is real? Like that's a real thing with these people.
But it is like it's on the screen.
Okay, that's fine.
Right,
that's fine.
right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. Okay. I just want to I want to feel.
This is not something that you get no. Like.
So I don't know if you've zoomed in at all to the costuming of this character. And you talked about how the costuming was great, and we had the costume designer for the Wheel of Time on, and I was shocked because I did not notice this. So I was curious. We were curious if you noticed this. Did you notice anything weird about?
I did not. When they did a quick punch in to his clothes.
Yeah,
I was wondering what is it that we're supposed to be looking at. I seen some type of ring thing on his outfit, but I did not see that nose and mouth on the side of that garment right there. Is that what you're? Yeah, I did not see that.
There's this nose right here.
And I did not see that. So
you have a mouth, and then there's the eyes right here with the nose right here. Yeah, and then Innkeeper was another one. Did you send it?
That's more like behind the scenes. Just above it. Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, this is like a behind the scenes look at this is the costume itself.
That's crazy.
So yeah, you can see like some of the noses, and then
how do you put that thing on?
Right.
This is these are all noses, right? Yeah. These are all noses. Like it's a spine of noses, and then there's
an ear.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Well, now you have this, right?
That is crazy.
And then if you go back to that scene where Matt's talking, he shows like Matt's in the scene. He looks down at the ground, and you see some like skulls and stuff on the ground, like the floor.
So do you have to give him a piece of your body and able to get out of there or something? Is that weird?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question. Like, why would they still have? Because I think you mentioned something about Matt's third thing. You had said this, like Matt was like, "Yeah, I want to get out of here," and you were like, "That was smart." You said that was smart. Yeah, this. I think it's this right here.
Matt might need to go to the bathroom and check to make sure everything he came in with is still there.
That's true. That's true.
Doesn't he look? I thought he looks here. Oh yeah, it's kind of like he's looking around the room on the floor, and he's seeing like heads and stuff. So. Fishgut said, "Do we know how many noses?" No, we don't. And they're like the spine. I love it.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, show the back. Yeah.
The back is better. Okay.
Matt did say something. He's like, "I've smelled that before." He's like, "Your clothes smell."
Man.
Yeah, he's like he's leaning in too close. He's like, "You smell. That's gross." So yeah, what a wild thing. How did people respond, Innkeeper, to that poll?
I mean, they're
yeah. They answered what you wanted. You wanted this outcome.
I mean, this is all planned.
The winner of the most surprising season of the season in this grouping of 4, 70% basically picked the Eelfin.
Yeah.
Or 69% picked him. So there you go. The next one up was Nynaeve's Joy, just so you know. If not for the Eelfin, Nynaeve's Joy would have been the most amazing thing. I have to ask Innkeeper. I'm going to throw a poll in if you want to ask another question here. I'm going to ask a poll about Tom here.
Yeah. So the other thing is, we got like they split off after the first episode, right? Mm-hmm. So you had the Two Rivers arc, you had Tenchiko, you had the Waste, you had the White Tower. Did you have a favorite? Which storyline did you were you like, next episode I want to know what happens there? Was there one that kept you like, on this like glued on the screen?
I may have to say Tenchiko because within that time we saw so much. We got to see Sister Frostbite licking her fingers and messing with folks' food. We got backstory on Liandrin, and then we got Medieval Mick Jagger, and then why can I never remember her name? Elaine meeting up. It was a lot going on.
Yeah,
within there.
I would say I actually found the journey to Chinchico more interesting, or interesting as well on the boat. So the boat ride was pretty neat. And also seeing how different Aes Sedai are operating without being an Aes Sedai.
Oh yeah,
so that was pretty neat.
Yeah, seeing that, is there a part of those, those, you think of those storylines and the people we have, is there someone that you're like, I'm curious about knowing about the story coming forward, but is there a character outside of the ones that your favorites, like can't be Liandrin in this case? Actually, Adison, do you have a favorite character? Like of the Wheel of Time show?
I mean, I don't know if I do. I really enjoyed Avienda a lot last season. I feel like she had a coming of age season this time that was like not really discussed. It's like, all right, she went to the porch and came back with flaming swords, but it's like, hey, can we talk about that? No, I'm busy defending Rand right now. We'll talk about it later. So hers was neat. I'm gravitating towards Rand or Perrin. I mean, I like both of them, but I don't know if I would just say I per se have a favorite one. I feel like people are kind of tied to me right now.
I feel it.
Okay.
Especially with the loss of Brother Book.
Is there someone that you want to get more screen time if we get more seasons? Like, you just feel like, I don't know enough about this character. Like, I really would like to. I mean, we know Liandrin's journey, right? Like, but is there someone like that you're just like, I need them to be on screen more, and I need to learn more about them. I just need to just have them there more.
Good question. I would like to know more about Fael.
Fael?
I would like to know more about her for sure.
Yeah.
She seems like I can see her being a core group member. I just want to reiterate, I just need to make sure she's not a dark friend. That's on the stipulation. I want to welcome her with open arms. So
yeah. Fael, Innkeeper on us, is there one for you? You want to just get more screen time?
That like get more screen. Tom.
Other than the Eelfin?
No, Tom like makes every scene he's in like better, right? Yeah. Like we missed him in season 2. He's just the way they've used him is good, but I want to see more.
Brandon, I know you said yes to Adison's Fael. Is there somebody else though you're thinking of outside of Fael where you're like, yeah, like I would love for them to just again learn more about them, see them have more to do?
Oh, definitely. Outside of that, what do y'all call it? The Eelfin?
The Eelfin?
Yeah. Eelfin. Yeah, I got to see what's going on. Like
no more about that. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? How did that thing get there in the place that it is? What kind of power it has? I got to know, because you can't just throw that in there all willy-nilly and then not let me know about it.
I'm pretty sure it's a few brothers in some back alleys that could get you that access.
That's great.
You go to some of these Nashville back alleys, I'm pretty sure they got the product to get you there.
I would have to pick like Matt. I feel like we've gotten. I feel like Egwene. I feel like she's had really good highlights, really good understanding of kind of the evolution of her character. Rand, I think we have too. I know that I see a lot of commentary. They're like, I don't have enough Rand out there, but I feel like, especially in this season, but I feel like he has a through, like there's just like a through line. In season 2 we did when we got him in Kyrian. We had the whole sequence with Lanfear and Rand, and then we have this one obviously in the Aiel Waste and with the Aiel. Nynaeve, I feel like the Nynaeve with Liandrin, that kind of pairing has given us a lot of Nynaeve in that way. And I want to see more of her. So maybe it's like Nynaeve and Matt. I want Nynaeve and Matt to kind of like get more of the focus, like of the kind of the narrative of what's going on. Like, especially now Matt has gone through this, I'd like to see him like get to know what's going on with him more than we have. And Nynaeve, now that she's come out of the water, as you called her, Mini Moses, I think. I was like Mini Moses. And so, I think Nynaeve and Matt getting more of the focus and Matt, especially in that, is kind of, yeah, I'd love that in next season. Out there, if anyone's listening and you get a 4th season, like, give us some more of those characters.
I'm gonna throw this one in too real quick.
Yeah.
Lan, the backstory of his royalty and all
Lan,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely like to see what all that's about.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool to see kind of play out, because right now I just feel like we see him pandering a lot to what Moraine's mission is, which is fine because it seems like a prominent, important mission. But it would be kind of cool to know a little bit more about his heritage, and why. What'd you call her, Melindra? Is that her name?
Melindra. Yeah.
I thought he was such an important person that she gave up her oath for. So,
yeah. No, I mean, absolutely. Lan is one of those characters that, I also, Lan, Nynaeve, and Matt. That seems like a great. Let's have a season of that. I'm good. No, it's true. Knuckle Chud said pretty much all the characters, all of them need more time. Yeah, I know. This is one of those.
Like
it's one of those issues.
Season.
Like
that's what we need.
8 episodes is just
episodes.
like. Yeah, exactly. The renew Wheel of Time. And maybe this is to everyone watching right now. There's almost 400 of you watching. Like, if you liked the Wheel of Time and you want to see it out there, it's true. Like, talk to people about it, right? Like, it's not on you. I'm not trying to put this on any individual fan, right? What corporations choose to do or they don't. But it's one of those, like, do what you're doing here. I mean, you're showing up in chat, you're engaging, with new readers, new show followers. I know a lot of you are just like, you're already on social media, you're doing all the things. You're always talking about it. So I'm not saying go out and you have to do twice as much or something like that. It's not on you individually. It's just like, hey, let's keep talking about it. Let's not let the show just, it's over. Okay. Yeah. Like keep talking about it. There are fans that are putting together, and I think, Innkeeper, do you have that link out there? We can throw it in chat. It's the Action Network or whatever that is. There are ways to kind of join in and be part of fans that are really trying to, make their voices heard by executives out there and be seen more. So we have a cohesive kind of, story going out there where we're all kind of tagging similarly, and that gets in the eyes of people out there that are making decisions about the stuff. So there are ways to take part in it. I'll try to make sure I get links in the description of this video. But yeah, keep talking. Keep watching. I've watched this finale, it's not because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this renewed, so I'll watch this. I've watched the finale 6 or 7 times. It's just a fun show. I'm noticing stuff in and out. But yeah, Renew Watt is the hashtag you guys see out there a lot. Keep using it, and let's just keep this in the as much as we can talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's keep it in everyone's eye. And I've noticed that the show is the top show on Prime for worldwide for a while now. I feel like many days of the last 10, 14 days. So yeah. So there are ways. I'm seeing a lot of kind of Renew Watt in chat. Yes. Just go out there, find fans that are, and like I said, I know that fans are basically connecting and collecting to make sure that all their voices go out at the same time to be heard. So, and Innkeeper, you found that link there, so you can go ahead and click on that link. And is there someone they can actually reach out to, Innkeeper, if they're like who's connecting all these fans? What is it they can be doing? I'd have to ask if maybe. I know Malkir's King is. I can ask him.
I haven't seen. I've seen it around. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to see if he has I think. It is the form that people can fill out. That form, right? Can you find that original form? There's one that you can fill out a form and be part of the effort. It's separate.
I think that's the one I put up.
Was that the one? No, I thought it was different. They can answer a survey. It was a survey thing.
Oh, the survey.
Yeah, if you could find that survey link, that'd be awesome. Sorry, I thought I'd take a moment to. 10 to 11 episodes each season. Yes, we'd all want more.
That would
episodes.
Be sweet.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what the ideal number is, but I know it's not 8.
No. Yeah. 8 is fast.
8 is so
they
fast.
packed a lot into it, but it does seem fast though.
So much packed in here, but that's why
I have seen them start shorter, and then as seasons go longer, they start adding additional episodes to seasons. So I think right now, as we look at The Walking Dead, I think we've been seeing the first one's 6 episodes, then the next one's 10 and 16. Then as I look further, it's some are getting up to 20. So
yeah, Oh man, I can't even imagine. Like just 10 episodes would be. Although the episodes were longer this year.
Yes.
I feel like on average they seem
all
like
over almost
episodes.
about an hour, right?
Yeah, no, this year I thought they were like an hour and 8, hour 10 often. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Give or take the credits and stuff. Yep.
It was like hour 11. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, minus credits. Hour 10, hour 10, hour 9. So yeah, you throw credits in there, but you're still getting a full hour. Like the season 1, it feels like we're shorter. So even if we only get 8 episodes, maybe like hour 15, hour 20,
or 2 hours.
There we go.
You can keep it at 8.
There we
You
go.
can keep it at 8. Just give us 2 hours.
Exactly. Nice job, Fell Knight. Just sent my letter. Was number 4482. That's awesome.
That's
so
dope.
Again, click both those links out there. The Action Network is to communicate with, I think, the corporations out there of like, wait, you want this? And the other link is to fill it out in ways to connect with fans if you're interested. So, go watch this. Obviously watching the show is an important aspect of that too. So I think 13 episodes would be perfect. That's good. I like that. Yes, I'll take 13 episodes also.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I don't want to take your whole afternoon up. I want to give you and eventually people will be like, okay, I got to get back to our family festivities of the day. Any final thoughts from you guys? Just like this experience last 3 seasons. I don't know when have you been covering it now? Has it been 5 years? How long is it? When did you first start?
Yeah. Whenever the show started.
Whenever that
first trailer dropped.
Yeah.
Like I said, and this is in loving memory of our friend Dre. He had said, hey, check out this trailer because I think his behind had already watched it. Had us check it out. Hey, this may be something cool to check out.
Yeah.
So whenever that first happened, we've been rocking with the series ever since. And then, like I said, thank God we got the opportunity to meet the likes of you, Matt, and Anas, and it's been super fun, like engaging with the community. Huge shout out to the Wheel of Time side of
Y'all
us.
welcomed us with open arms.
Mm-hmm. We've even got on a collaborative live stream now where Matt he said the name without like stuttering or anything.
Yeah,
So,
it flowed this time.
hey, next time he's gonna be like, "What's up, y'all? The everyday Negroes is in the building."
I'm totally gonna do that. That's gonna be the next time. I'm guaranteeing you that's gonna happen. And then you guys are like, Matt never writes us back. Never. By the way, Dale wanted me to point this out. Thanks, Dale, for the tip. Adison lost his mind when Brother Book died. Yes, died. No, according to you, Dale. No one knows if he's actually. There's not an official any word there, so we're holding on. We're holding on our hope.
We
yes, died. Yes, exactly.
Air quote.
And yes, man, I can't believe that is. I think the trailer came out almost 5 years ago. I think it was 5 years this summer. I want to say.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. It's gonna be. Yeah, it is. It is wild to think that it's been that long. Absolutely. Yes, we very much appreciate that thought, Dre. R.I.P. man, to Dre. So
I guess it's cool to finally. I had this theory too that I only shared it with a small group of people. I know at one point in time, Matt, you were taking a break for a second, and you came back. And I thought this was gonna be the season I got to see you in the show. I can't lie.
Wait. You gotta watch it again.
Oh,
maybe you missed it. Maybe you missed it.
Maybe.
So I can't tell if I'm supposed to take this offensively, but I'll show you where people thought they saw me here.
That's crazy. I definitely want to see this.
They said that they thought I was right here. Hold on. So here you go, everybody. I don't know. I don't see the resemblance here, but maybe you all will see it. And I'm waiting. I'm seeing it, but you guys aren't yet because we're not there yet. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So you'll have to see. You tell me if you see a resemblance. I just don't see it, but
I mean, I think you do have red blood, but
here we go. Oh, I thought is it the other side? Is it when Robin? There's like a face. They do an up close and shot of.
If you're talking about this cork of a guy,
there he is.
This is gonna be insane,
right? Oh shoot, I had it, and then it was like, okay, I got it. I'll make sure. You guys tell me. Okay, I don't know. they said I looked like Samael. I don't know, you have to kind of like, Yeah.
I'm
I've
sorry.
I've never stopped at this point, and I can't believe you did that live. That's cool.
I tried, Matt, to get on the same page as you. I don't want to see you like that.
No,
I know. I'm not
do you
saying.
dirty
I'm
like
not saying.
that.
I'm not saying I want to be there. I just somebody said, "Do I look like Samuel?"
No, I think it's that other scene. There's that other scene where Matt, you know that other one we were talking about where that looks like you.
No, hold on. I think,
yeah, there was that other one. People were like,
yeah, no. But this is yeah. Do I have a Samuel look there? I don't know.
I would have to. Let me see. Let me get your best groaning impersonation, man. Don't groan like the elf, like a kid kicked you in your shin or something. I need to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see it. But
I'm still holding out hope, man. I think we need to. I know we got the Justice for Brother Book hashtag going out there. We need to put Get Brother Sips in the Show hashtag out there.
That's right. That's right. I did a pre-recorded stuff with Amazon in season 1, and I was interviewing Daniel Henney.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Okay, you're gonna now just say." I was just talking to him and I was like, "Hey, thanks. It was awesome to hear, blah, blah, blah." And they were like, "Can you redo that again? Cause that wasn't good." And I was like, "I don't know. I just talked to him when you even redo it." And they're like, just say what you normally said. And I was like, just re-say it for the camera. And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try." And they're like, "Okay, go ahead. Record that." And Daniel Henney looks at me. He goes, he kind of leans in. He goes, "Let's see how you do, Matt." And I was like, it took me 5 or 6 takes, man. It was terrible. I can't do that crap. So if they ever give me, I can't be a speaking spot. It's just gotta be I have to be in the background because I can't do it.
Yeah, Lanfear, Lanfear death, Lanfear killing someone. Would you take that?
About being a Lanfear death? Yeah.
That would be a crazy cameo.
That was a weird question. It was would you?
No, I just wanted you to be that emphatic about it. Of course Lanfear can kill me.
That's crazy.
Yes, 100%. Who wouldn't want to be maybe with
no.
let's throw that in there. That's our next poll here. 200, our last poll maybe here. Theory, by the way, in future seasons, Tom will turn out to be Elaine's father. Do you agree? Yeah. So that people like that theory. About 60% of the theory, almost 60% like the idea that Tom, or believe the idea that Tom will turn out to be Elaine's father. There you go. So that's our next poll here, everybody. Last poll, it makes sense that it's about Lanfear. If you could be in the show as a person, how are you going to say the poll? If Lanfear could kill you in the show?
What a way to word it.
If Lanfear could kill you. Oh, how about that? If Lanfear could kill the Innkeeper in the show, would you want to see it?
That is
that's not quite the way.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what I.
Okay, with that thought in mind, that's the poll they're going to answer. And I feel like there's at least one other clip we have to watch before you go. So here we go.
That boy got in his hymnal bag. You know the crazy part about that is I did not think
he what?
I didn't think this is what he was doing. I actually thought he was gonna jump back through.
Yeah.
Hey. What is that sound coming from?
like what were you saying? You said I couldn't hear what you were saying, but I remember trying to catch the question. I was like, oh, that's a good question, but now I can't remember what it was. What were you saying about that?
So essentially, when I was seeing this scene unfold, I actually thought he was going to destroy a bridge that made them all fall, not him.
Right.
And I thought, but then again, I was like, hold on, that doesn't make any logical sense because then that would be the gate was just floating in midair. So when it happened, it was actually more shocking to me that it went down that way.
Yeah. I'm sure that they thought, because I wondered, like, as he was doing it, I was like, yeah, my brain was like, what? Yeah, it stopped them from coming by knocking it down. And then, you know, by the way, I also paired those two things together to make it easier for people to vote in this poll that I did. I was like, would you like to see Lanfear kill Innkeeper in the show and then show a really difficult death in the show? So people are like, Innkeeper, yes, that would help them. No, that's, it is one of those moments that is very shocking. But every time I go back and watch it, Hamed does a freaking amazing job. And then like every time I'm like, this is about to be it. And I like think of the entire time, I'm like, man, he knows exactly what he's doing here. Yeah. And he's about to like sacrifice himself. Apparently, we don't know for sure, but he sacrificed himself for everyone else. And man, like there's not like better ways that you can go in life than protecting your friends.
I'll be
like
honest
that,
though, Matt, that I know that growl that he let out as a Tennessee resident. You know, they have something here. For those y'all know, Nashville is famous for its hot chicken. Okay, that is a growl you let out in the restroom after you ate batch of too hot chicken. So that growl was not unfamiliar to me.
By the way, you just made this so much easier for everyone to be okay. Everyone,
hey, you gotta laugh through the pain, man.
That's
right, laugh through the pain.
That's 100%. I'm waiting, by the way. That's a 20-second delay until it gets to chat. So I always wait for stuff like this, like to hit in chat. There we go. There it is in chat. There it is. It just took a second. Two Rivers hot chicken.
Two Rivers hot chicken. We got to make it a thing. It does sound good.
Oh,
it does sound good. My fault for anybody who's eating dinner. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you both for being here. And like, this has been awesome. Like I said, there wasn't a better way I could think about after the season, like just chatting about the show. I was like, I've got to make this happen. So I'm so glad you guys made some time. I know today people are with their families. I know it's Easter weekend here, but I really appreciate you. I appreciate both being here. And
we appreciate you having us, man. This is a tradition. I was telling somebody at church about this. Like, man, we on the Destiny Wheel tonight, man. You know, this is what we do. We've been doing this for a little minute now. So I was actually sick as a dog yesterday, and I was like, man, I know I ain't finna miss the Dusty Wheel. I cannot. So I woke up this morning. I felt a lot better. Awesome. I mean, I know y'all can hear it in my voice and stuff like that, but I'm dealing with the residue now. But I was like, man, I can't miss this.
No, man. I'm so glad you both made it. I'm glad you felt a little bit better in order to be here. And I hope that regardless of what happens in the future, let's make sure we continue to stay in contact. And,
absolutely. So.
And have you back, talk about the Wheel of Time, talk about other stuff going on. We'd love to have you continue to be part of what we do at the Dusty Wheel, and obviously continue supporting your channel. If you're here and this is the first time that you're hearing from, I can't imagine it is, but if this is the first time you're hearing from Adison and Brandon, I hope you're going out and following them. Please, mods, throw the link in chat. We'll put it in the description of this video. I mean, your channel's huge now, man, but we want to throw as many people still back your way. You guys have grown. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. Like I every once in a while, it's like every 6 months, I'm like, oh damn, like your channel is growing. Like it's awesome. So congratulations. I hope for continued success that way. Someday there's like I know there's videos on our channel that you can't really.
Yeah,
there's like most videos on our channel you can't really watch.
Yeah, that is
it's full spoiler.
That is a conundrum there. One of these days we'll be up there. I wonder how long it'll take. My assumption is 7 to 10.
Yeah, I know, man. I was like, they'll always be there, right? I mean, someday in the future, there's like plenty of stuff I can't wait to like. I hope to be around in those moments, man, because wherever you are in life, if you get up to the point where you guys can watch some of these like really heavy spoiler videos. There's just some key ones I'd love to watch with you. I think you'd have a good time with them. So
for sure.
But thank you both for being here. Innkeeper, thank you as always, sir.
Yeah,
for being with us too. Any final thought from you, sir, before we go?
Yeah, I mean, season's at an end, but we have some fun stuff coming up. All right, the next week's going to be crazy.
Yeah, next week I meant to get the thumbnail up before. I did not get the thumbnail up. That's just the way of the world right now. Man, it's making myself sit down and make thumbnails right now is just so difficult because I just want to not have to make another thumbnail in my life. You all know how that is. It's just like another one. But
I already know.
We're going to be talking about this next Wednesday. I hope you will be here next Wednesday night. We will have Andy Scrace and Brian Shows, the VFX supervisor producer from the Wheel of Time TV show, will be with us, and we'll be talking about stuff like this that they did. Man, this is such a cool. I guys threw this together today. It's just like, yeah, this was an awesome. It's happened so quickly in the show.
That is crazy,
man. It happened so quickly in the show, but it's really cool when you slow it down. And so yes, please do. Be on the lookout for that. That, like I said, next Wednesday, normal. We probably will stay normal time where we have been, probably 8 p.m. Eastern for that one. And then we will be at JordanCon. For those of you out there, come say hello. We'll do some live streaming from the lobby, I'm sure. That's just what we do. Yeah, it's been a blast. It's been a blast, everybody. And we will see you next Wednesday. So thank you all for being in chat. It is, you guys make the show. You make this fun. Let me find this. I'll end this poll. About 200 of you voted in and said, if Lanfear could kill the Innkeeper in the show, would you want to see it? 78% of you said yes. So on that thought, I take that positively. I was like, they really want that for me. They want that from me, which I really appreciate out there, everybody. And that's all. As we say around here, good evening from the Dusty Wheel and Smash to Black. You went right to kill it. Look at you, you're all ready. You're just done. I mean, this is like, this is
really well. And now I'm like, great, my turn?
And if you don't like that, you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the two rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't. So,
just complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm
sad. I see Nakomi as something along the lines of a Shida Haran analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I have Therese in the show, because she's going to correct everything that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dusty Wheel Show. What? Meme Off Challenge! Yay!
Pair of like baby face mounted on like a huge body. So like all of a sudden,
this is not just a traditional fantasy, right? There are sci-fi elements. And just a moment ago, Rafe tweeted something. So let me get my guest in here with me, and probably I would say put in 70-80% of the work. I got to be over the shoulder and be like, no,